Hey guys, so let's talk about the season finale of Empire. So much to talk about, you guys, and I'm really trying to not make this like a 20-minute video, so let's get right to it. In true Empire fashion, there were a lot of crazy moments in this episode. So one of the big reveals that we get in this episode is that Lucious was misdiagnosed. I figured they were gonna have to kind of address this point pretty quickly because obviously you can't have a main character that's dying when your TV show is really popular. So yeah, it turns out that Lucious does not have ALS, he's not dying, which of course changes the game. I did find it interesting that he still decides to choose which one of his sons is going to take over Empire, and to my shock, he actually chose Jamal. I told you guys before, I really honestly think he should choose all of them, like they should run it together, but Jamal's my fave, so I'm kind of excited that he's the one that got chosen. His choice obviously causes a lot of friction in the family, which we're already dealing with friction after the fallout from what happened in last week's episode. Lucious tries to make amends, but I mean, like, Hakeem is just pissed pretty much. There's even a bit of this episode where he is toying with the idea of signing with Creedmoor to get back at his dad. There was the whole bit where he like slept with Anika, and that was just like creepy weird to me. I mean, you're basically sleeping with a woman who was almost your stepmom. Ew, ew, ew. And of course they do it like out in the open at some party, right? So Lucious shows up and he sees the two of them, so he knows that it happened. And they know that he knows that it happened. And it just was like, ugh. At the beginning of the episode too, we kind of say goodbye to Malcolm. I am really sad about this, mostly because I love Derek Luke, and this man is just so gorgeous and beautiful, and I just love him, and I wish he was gonna be on this show all the time. Basically, Lucious finds out about him and Cookie and their little weekend away together, and he pitches a little hissy fit. Malcolm does actually tell Cookie, like, come with me, I'm gonna go take this job in DC. Now, part of me was wishing that she could go, but obviously we get that she's not gonna leave. She's like a main character. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we have not seen the last of Malcolm. Let's kind of run through some of the kind of big things that happen in this episode. So it comes out that Lucious killed Bunky. He takes some drugs that his nurse gave him at one point, and then he starts like hallucinating and talking in his sleep. And Cookie's there, and so Cookie finds out that he actually killed Bunky. I thought she was gonna kill him, you guys, when she picked up that pillow like she was gonna smother him. Lucious better watch out. Now, we know that a few people already knew the secret, but by the end of the episode, I mean, the cat is out of the bag. We get that the FBI or the CIA or whoever they are trying to get Cookie to testify against him, but she won't snitch. Vernon ends up snitching, and by the end of the episode, Lucious is in jail. And Vernon is dead. Let's talk about that for a second. Oh, Malik Yoba, how I love him. Come on, who remembers New York Undercover? I used to love that show. But yeah, Vernon goes over to Andre's house to kind of like try to make up with him, and the two of them get in a little fist fight. Rhonda shows up, sees Vernon like beating her husband up. She grabs something and smacks him over the back of the head. So basically, it was Rhonda in the conservatory with the candlestick. So yeah, she whacks him on the back of the head, kills him, and then these two idiots do the dumbest thing that people ever do and decide that they're not gonna tell anybody. You would think people would learn, because this never works out for anybody. Obviously, that's gonna be a problem for the police as well, because Vernon was their star witness, but he is now dead. So they're also gonna be trying to figure out where he's at. So something tells me that Andre and Rhonda are in trouble. We also have this kind of hostile takeover that's brewing, right? So it starts with Hakeem and Andre, who are upset that Lucious has given Jamal the reins. And eventually Anika joins in and Cookie joins in. And so, yeah, they're going after the Empire, and they're going pretty hard. They are gonna try to maneuver themselves a hostile takeover. And I kind of feel bad for Jamal, right? Because how is it not gonna feel like your entire family is coming after you, including your mother? There were definitely some interesting moments between Jamal and his dad in this episode. I think one of my favorite moments too was that song that the two of them did when they went back to the house, you know, when Lucious was having his like writer's block issues and Jamal takes him back to their old house and they sing the song together. That was fantastic. And then there was a moment too before Lucious got arrested where he really kind of apologized for his rampant homophobia. Now, probably my favorite moment of this episode was the girl fight between Anika and Cookie. Team Cookie all the way here, people. It was just so great, right? So Cookie starts off by like sucker punching her, and then it just like delves into the whole like 90s dynasty cat fight. I mean, it was awesome. The best part too was Hakeem and poor Andre trying to like break the two of them up, and Cookie and Anika were just going at it. I mean, like Anika got a few body shots in there too, so I was like, you go girl. She said something like, who's Boo Boo Kitty now, bitch, or something. It was fantastic. It was interesting too, like when we're talking about the three sons and everything that's happening, to kind of see how they also have a bit of Lucious Lion in them as well. We really kind of saw a dark side to all three of them, and we get that Lucious is the one who really raised them while Cookie was away in jail, and what impact did he have on them? That whole scene where Jamal goes to Billy Barretti and like is gonna like Suge Knight throw him off the roof if he doesn't sign some papers. I mean, that was deep. And then we got Hakeem and Andre with the hostile takeover business. I mean, it was just an interesting little point there, you know, that these boys are not just like innocent little flowers, but they also have a little bit of that kind of underhanded lion in them as well. Lucious was just like on a roll in this episode. The whole bit where he realizes that he's not going to die and what that does to him, I mean, it like gives him the ultimate like God complex. Like, if this man wasn't bad enough already, now he really thinks that he's invincible. He kept talking about the fact that not even God could kill him, and death came for me and I won, and blah blah blah. And I guess we're gonna see where that kind of like heightened sense of ego is going to take Lucious. Obviously he's in jail at the very end of the episode. That's the last bit we see. And he's kind of like ready to fight. He's like game on. So I guess we're going to be seeing him survive in jail. And not only that, he's going to be fighting for his company when he gets out. It was so little, but I just want to say one other part that I thought was so funny was that whole bit with Becky, where I think it was like Hakeem that said to her, like, what kind of black girl name is Becky? And she said like, oh, my mom's white. It was just so funny. I love her in that role, you guys. And to be honest, I have loved like all of the actors. I feel like have just been so great. I hope we see more of Raven Simone next season. I can't wait to see where else we're gonna go with this show next season. I got my copy of the Empire soundtrack that I've been playing all week long. And yeah, it's just been a fantastic mid-season replacement. Okay, there was so much in this episode. I hope I didn't forget anything. I probably did, you guys, but you know, at least we got some of the major highlights. Would love to hear what you guys thought about the finale down in the comment section below, and I will see you again soon. Bye.